Welcome back to Canyons Reach, everybody. We are week 2 on this project. We've got a ton of action going on right now and already done. So let's go have a look. Come on. So behind me here, we've got our friends from Headwater doing some excavation work for us. So the old carport is gone and they're now working on clearing all the rest of the crap out of the way so that we can dig trenches for our footings for the new addition. So that is really exciting to see all of that work happening. And we've got Team Sprucehill inside of this house starting to work on some demolition. So let's avoid getting mulched by the machine ourselves and head inside and check out and see what's going on inside. Let's go. Okay, so here we are inside the house. We've got this back door all boarded up. I was in here just kind of cozying myself by the campfire because it is cold AF today. It's 1 degree centigrade for my American friends, around 35 Fahrenheit. So it's cold. I got my long johns on and all that sort of stuff, but it's still cold. Not a lot of stuff has happened here, but coming through here, we've got some beautiful decoration that's happened on the walls. The kids obviously had a lot of fun before they moved out, so that's really cool. You know, one thing that I think is a really neat something that I encourage all of you to do, and this is a Erik Pro tip. Come down here, Kyle. A lot of people put their kids' measurements, their heights on door jambs or something like that as their kids are growing. We moved around so much that we never really got around to doing that. But these guys did. And so what we're gonna do is we've removed the door jamb that had those measurements on it, and we're gonna actually incorporate that door jamb into the new home so that like they've got that history that will follow through with them into the newly renovated space. So if you are doing a renovation or building a home and you've got some sort of keepsake like that you've got going on, there are ways to include that in the future home. And I really strongly recommend you do it. There's nothing like a little bit of history and heritage to upscale your renovation or custom home build. Here we are in the kitchen. Remember what was here before. Kieran is helping out on the demolition today. He's one of our head framers though. Takes everybody to get the job done. So yeah, demolished, like gone. And so really excited to continue to show you what's gonna happen here, like getting rid of these low bulkheads and things like that. It is going to look so amazing when we're done in here. It is not even funny. Okay, let's go downstairs because everybody else seems to be upstairs. So the team has clearly pulled up the carpet, but they have not yet pulled up the underlayment yet. So underlayment still needs to come out, and that's that. But all the trim's gone, all the window trims are gone, door trims are gone, baseboards are gone, carpet's gone. Demolition has begun. So looking really good. Okay, so we are in full scale demolition in here. Guys aren't doing too much work right now, so the dust ain't flying too much, but we just got all the trims coming down. That all gets thrown in the middle of the room. The team will start pulling down the drywall later. I'm guessing tomorrow, maybe the day after, once they get all this other stuff out of here. Coming in here, I'm not sure if this floor has been yet tested for asbestos, but it'll likely need to be because like this age of floor, any of these kind of like linoleum kind of tile, I don't remember what the name of it is, but anyways, anytime you see this stuff, more often than not, the mastic that was used to glue it down had asbestos in it. And so it has to be professionally remediated. We can't remove it. But we'll get it tested and we'll find out for sure. And if it needs to be remediated, that's what we'll do because that's how you're supposed to do things. Well, suffice it to say, I think it's a good thing that we're replacing the flooring up here because this underlay was completely compromised. I mean, this is just a mess. A mess, I say, Kyle. But nonetheless, carpet's out, trims are out. Demolition work, guys. I mean, that's what we do. It's part of the process. We got to take a couple steps backwards before we can start taking steps forwards. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's good progress. What do you think? This is underlay here. Right? That's the underlay. And so they staple this down to the floor. So, I mean, I think somebody went a little bit hog wild with the staples on the underlay, to be honest. But it's also like, they get just powder. So the underlay is just completely effed. I mean, look at all this underlayment dust here. It only lasts so long. And that's a solid reason, folks, right? Like whether you want to or not, you really should be replacing your carpet at least every 20 years, probably every 10. Carpet is cheap, but it's cheap for a reason, and that's because you got to continuously replace it. It's not really intended to last that long. Okay, so I did some searching to figure out about carpet, and I'm now going to share with you because I think everybody needs to know this. So, high quality carpet underlayment is incredibly durable and can last up to 25 years. In many cases, a good pad will outlast the carpet above it. However, its actual lifespan depends heavily on its quality and the daily wear and tear it endures. Builder grade padding, standard low cost padding, usually lasts around 5 to 10 years and should almost always be replaced at the same time as your carpet. High quality padding, premium rubber or high density foam can last through 2 carpet life cycles. I didn't know that. 15 to 25 years. Carpet replacement, builder grade apartment carpet, 1 to 5 years. Every 1 to 5 years you should be replacing your carpet. Yeah, polyester or olefin carpet, 5 to 10 years. Nylon carpet, 10 to 15 years. Wool carpet will last 15 to 25 years. Now you know. Obviously, if you got smells because pets have urinated on it or whatever else, you got to replace it. But you're not fixing that through carpet cleaning. But yeah, there you go. Now you know about carpet. We've got the team digging everything up. So it looks like we are going to be into just adding a solid line in here for the drain, for the rainwater leaders. Clearly, they've already got PVC drain tile going on here. Kyle's having to walk backwards and not trip over rocks and everything else. We're digging holes. I mean, that's part of the process, is what we do. Now, you know, one of the reasons why we're doing all this, right, is to replace this shit, right? And that's why it has to get replaced. This is concrete drain tile, and it's pretty typical of a home built in the 1970s. And you know what? It works, and it worked for a long time, but it does fail eventually. And the reason why this PVC over here and not here is this was a concrete patio here, and when this work was done, they just didn't want to destroy the patio. But obviously, with the extent of work that we're doing here, we are going to be destroying the drain tile, or upgrading the drain tile, I suppose. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And like, you know, when I talk about drain tile and rainwater leaders, like when you're buying a home, folks, right? If you see your rainwater leader going into a pipe like this coming out of your garden or whatever else, and your rainwater leader is coming down into there, you got some future expenses to spend, because that is a dumb system. And the reason it's a dumb system is because you're literally taking the roof water and you're forcing that roof water into your drain tile. It's just, I mean, it's dumb. I understand why they did it back in the day, because there wasn't alternative solutions, but in this day and age, a singular system is just stupid. Absolutely makes sense to do a perforated drain tile around your basement and then have a secondary solid pipe system for your rainwater leaders, so you're not directing roof water to your drainage or drain tile so you don't flood your basement. I mean, it just makes sense. That's a wrap on today, everybody. Listen, if you get any sort of enjoyment out of this content, we sure would like it if you'd subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. The more support, the merrier. We would appreciate it. Also, if you've been thinking about doing any sort of renovation or building a home, Sprucehill is the best in the Lower Mainland when it comes to executing large transformations. That is what we do all day, every day. The systems and everything that we've developed, literally, we are second to none. Honest to God, we're amazing. Phone us, call us, find us on the web. Phone over here, web over there, reach out. We won't be undersold. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do the furniture warehouse guy. But anyways, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch our content. Again, thank you for watching, stay awesome, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.